Hi dear friends, good morning to all. Myself Bhausaheb Sorone, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Gokhale Education Society's Arts, Commerce and Science College, Jewar, District Palghar. Dear friends, in the previous part of Dear friends, in the previous part, we discussed particularly about the Friedrich adsorption isotherm. Definitely, there are some drawbacks of this Friedrich adsorption isotherm, which can be overcome by means of another Langmuir adsorption isotherm. We will discuss this Langmuir adsorption isotherm later on, but before this, we will discuss about the adsorption isotherm and the various types of adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, in the previous part, we tried to study the concept of adsorption, desorption, and also we distinguished between the absorption and adsorption. In the previous part, we have studied the various types of adsorption entitled as physical adsorption and the chemical adsorption, and definitely we have distinguished between these two adsorption with respect to the various points, and generally we came to know the physical adsorption is multilayer adsorption while chemical adsorption is a monolayer adsorption. With respect to the same, in the previous part we also tried to study the relationship between amount of adsorbate adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent at different pressure at constant temperature with the help of graph or with the help of plot, and such a graph or the plots are called as adsorption isotherm. Definitely, whenever we will change the pressure, it is possible to have the change in amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. Based upon the same, there are various types of adsorption isotherms can be possible, which we will study in this part of the video. Dear friends, before going to discuss the types of adsorption isotherm, we would like to revise the concept that we discussed, that we studied in the previous part. Dear friends, based upon the same, if you remember about the last part of the video, that definitely in the last part we have studied about the various concepts like adsorption. Before that, we had studied about the types of molecule based upon whether the molecules are present at the surface or these are present inside the substance or in the bulk of the substance, called as surface molecules and the bulk molecule. Definitely, the behavior of surface molecule is going to be different as compared to the molecule which are present in the bulk, and these surface molecules are responsible for various phenomenon in surface chemistry like adsorption. So based upon the same, dear friends, in the previous part we tried to define the adsorption, which can be defined as the accumulation or the deposition of substance on the surface of other substance is called as adsorption, and the removal of such a substance from the surface of adsorbent is called as desorption, and the insertion of molecule in the body of another molecule, another substance, is called absorption. And we had distinguished between the we had differentiated between the adsorption and absorption with respect to various points. Dear friends, in the previous part we also studied the different types of adsorption, particularly entitled as physical and the chemical adsorption, particularly with respect to the various points, and particularly regarding the physical adsorption, which involves the presence of an van der Waals forces of attraction between adsorbate and adsorbent, and it is a multi-layer adsorption, while chemical adsorption shows the presence of a strong chemical bond between adsorbate and adsorbent, and it is a monolayer or the unilayer adsorption. Dear friends, in the previous part we also tried to study the various factors which affect the adsorption, like nature of adsorbent, nature of adsorbate, temperature, pressure and concentration, and In the last video, we tried to define the Freundlich adsorption isotherm, and this Freundlich adsorption isotherm gives an purely empirical equation which is x upon m is equal to k into p raised to 1 upon n. Here this x is the amount of gas adsorbed, m is the mass or the surface area of adsorbent, k is the constant, p is the pressure, and n is also constant. But this Freundlich adsorption isotherm simply gives or purely gives the empirical equation without any theoretical background, any theoretical basis, and that's why this Freundlich adsorption isotherm has some limitation, has some drawbacks, which will be overcome by means of another type or the another adsorption isotherm that we will discuss in the next part. But before this, dear friends, we should know what is adsorption isotherm, and in the previous part we tried to define that it is possible to study the relationship between amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent with the pressure or at a different pressure with the help of plot, with the help of graph, and such plots or such graphs are called as adsorption isotherm. And this is the purpose and this is the part that we are going to discuss today in this part of the video online lecture series. Dear friends, if you remember about the last video, then we tried to define the adsorption isotherm. Adsorption isotherm is the graph in which the process of adsorption is studied with the help of graph or with the help of plot, and such a graph or such a plots which are used to study the process of adsorption is called as adsorption isotherm. And in order to study the process of adsorption, the graphs are plotted of or the graphs are plotted for amount of adsorbate indicated by x adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent indicated by m with the pressure at constant temperature, means the amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent versus pressure at constant temperature. And such a type of the graph, such a type of the plots are called as adsorption isotherm. And here it is one diagram that indicates the graph at various pressure. Whenever the plot of x upon m versus pressure at constant temperature is plotted, it gives the relationship between amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent at various pressure, and such plots are called as adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, if we will study such a type of the graph, then definitely how many possibilities are there, and we came to know that there are total 5 possibilities. Such a various types of adsorption isotherms are described by the scientist who is known as Brunner in the year of 1945, and he had given the 5 different types of adsorption isotherms are possible during the study of process of adsorption with the help of graph, with the help of plot, and these are labeled or entitled as type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4 and type 5 adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, in the first part, what is the nature of this graph? See here, the amount of molecules of the gas adsorbed increases sharply with the increase in pressure, and after certain limit, though we will increase the pressure, then there is no increase in the amount of gas adsorbed, and this condition is called as saturation condition. Here initially in the type 2, initially there is increase in amount of gas adsorbed, and after that there is no change, there is no increase, though there is increase in pressure, and again after increasing the more pressure there is increase in amount of gas adsorbed, and definitely it goes on increasing. And in the type 3, initially there is a slight increase in the amount of gas adsorbed, and after certain pressure there is a sudden increase in the amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent, and there is no saturation point. There is a continuously increase in amount of gas adsorbed with the increase in pressure. While in the type 4 adsorption isotherm, initially there is increase, and after there is a saturation or the steady increase, slightly increase, and again increasing, there is sharp increase, and at the highest pressure there is a saturation point at which there is no increase in amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent. And in the last type 5 of adsorption isotherm, initially there is slight increase in the amount of gas adsorbed with the increase in pressure, and after that there is a sudden increase, sharp increase, and at the highest pressure again there is saturation point, and there is a saturation point that we will discuss in the next or in the in the next slide one by one. Definitely we are going to study all types of adsorption isotherm in detail. Actually in this type the shape should be like this. And here this is the important type of adsorption isotherm. So definitely we are going to study all this adsorption isotherm one by one. So this is the first type of adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, in the first type of the adsorption isotherm, which is the plot of x upon m versus pressure, means the amount of gas adsorbed on the surface of adsorbent against pressure at constant temperature, and based upon the first type of, or in this first type of the adsorption isotherm, this adsorption isotherm, first type of the adsorption isotherm simply represents Langmuir adsorption isotherm or the Langmuir isotherm. What is the Langmuir adsorption? What is the assumptions of this Langmuir that we have not studied yet, but we will discuss in the next part, then you will come to know that. This indicates the horizontal plateau of adsorption isotherm, and generally this type of adsorption isotherm is observed in microporous material. Microporous material, that is nothing, the smallest pores is called as microporous, and in this type of the adsorption isotherm there is no multilayer adsorption, there is no possibility of multilayer adsorption. It means that the type 1 adsorption isotherm involves the formation of only one layer, and that's why it is a monolayer adsorption isotherm. So it's very important, it does not involving a multilayer, it has only monolayer or the unilayer adsorption, and this of the adsorption isotherm is shown by means of only chemisorption or the chemical adsorption. So this is again and the example of this adsorption isotherms are simply here: adsorption of nitrogen gas on charcoal at minus 180 degree Celsius or 78 degree Kelvin. So either minus 180 degree Celsius or it is simply 78 degree Kelvin. So at this temperature. And another example of this type of the adsorption isotherm is that is adsorption of organic vapors on zeolites and molecular sieves. It is also the example of this adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, see here, initially in this type of the adsorption, what happens initially with the increasing pressure, there is a formation of, or there is a deposition of gas molecules on the surface of adsorbent, and this rate of adsorption goes on increasing. And after the formation of single layer, there is no accumulation or there is no formation of another layer, and that's why as all the sites of adsorbents are occupied by means of an adsorbate molecule, and hence after the more increase of pressure, still there is no increase in amount of gas adsorbed. It means that at highest pressure the rate of adsorption remains unchanged, remains constant, and this point is called like the saturation point. This pressure is called like the saturation point at which there is no increase in the rate of adsorption, and during this whole adsorption process there is a monolayer adsorption. So it involves the formation of only one layer on the surface of adsorbent, and this type 1 adsorption isotherms indicate the formation of monolayer adsorption, not a multilayer. In the type 2, this type 2 adsorption isotherm, it is slightly different from the type 1st, and it indicates the sigmoid type or the sigmoid graph, and which is described by means of an Bate equation. What is Bate equation? Actually these are the Bate, it is the later come from the name of the scientist that we will discuss in the next part of the video in the next slides. And here this type adsorption isotherm, it indicates the multilayer physical adsorption. So here it involves the formation of more than one layer or the many layer physical adsorption. But here it is observed that on completion of first layer, the second layer adsorption begins but do not get saturated. It's very important how I can indicate here, and this is indicated by the point B, which is called as the transition point, where the formation of monolayer or the unilayer is completed and the formation of second layer, means the multilayer, gets started. So this point B is very important, which is shown here in this adsorption isotherm, that indicated here, point B. And non-porous or macroporous solids are responsible to show this type of the adsorption isotherm, and the example is adsorption of vapors of non-polar organic substance on the surface of activated charcoal. What happens, dear friends, in this part of the adsorption isotherm? Initially, there is a formation of single layer, or there is the process of formation of single layer. Adsorption of single layer on the surface of adsorbent gets started, and this process of formation of monolayer adsorption get completed at point B. Suppose this is the point B, and as soon as the process of formation of monolayer adsorption get completed, the process of formation of multilayer adsorption goes on, or it gets started, and its rate of adsorption goes on increasing at higher pressure also, and there is no saturation point. So here there will be formation of successive layers of adsorbate on the surface of adsorbent goes on, and hence the rate of adsorption also goes on increasing with the increasing pressure, and that's why this type 2 involves the formation of monolayer as well as multilayer. But at initial there is a formation of monolayer, and after the completion of monolayer there is a formation of multilayer adsorption, and the rate of multilayer adsorption goes on increasing with increasing temperature without saturation point. Dear friends, again with respect to type 3 adsorption isotherm, definitely this type 3 adsorption isotherm shows the hyperbolic path or the hyperbolic graph, and it shows the multilayer physical adsorption before the formation of monolayer. Initially, dear friends, if you remember about the part or type 2 adsorption isotherm, initially there is a completion of monolayer adsorption, and then there is a process of starting of multilayer adsorption, and then the process of multilayer adsorption gets started. Means the process in the type 2, initially the monolayer adsorption get completed, and then the process of multilayer adsorption gets started. But in this case, the process of multilayer physical adsorption gets started before the completion of the monolayer. It's very important, and that's why this type of the adsorption isotherm do not have any transition point, do not have any point at which the process of monolayer will get complete and the process of multilayer adsorption will get started. So there is no transition point. Again, second and subsequent layers of formation begin before the completion of the first layer, and it is also not having any saturation point, because the process of multilayer adsorption gets started, and in case of a multilayer adsorption, the layer of one get deposited, or the one layer of molecule get deposited over the previous layer, and hence in such type of the processes, definitely rate of adsorption increases with the increasing pressure continuously. It also occurs in the system where adsorbate and adsorbent interaction is very small compared to adsorbate and adsorbate interaction. Means whenever the adsorbate interaction is very small as compared to the adsorbate interaction, then such type of the adsorption isotherm is possible, in which the process of multilayer physical adsorption gets started without the completion of monolayer adsorption. And the example of such type of the adsorption isotherm is the deposition of water on activated charcoal, and hydrophobic zeolite is the example of this type 3 adsorption isotherm. Dear friends, initially what happens, the process of in this type of the adsorption isotherm, the process of monolayer adsorption gets started. So expected that it should get completed, and then the process of multilayer adsorption should get started. But here the process of multilayer adsorption also gets started without the completion of monolayer. So multilayer adsorption gets started without the completion of monolayer, and that's why here the rate of adsorption is goes on continuously increasing with the increase in pressure. So this is the type 3. So it is just the mixing of monolayer and the multilayer. Both the type of adsorption isotherm adsorption take place, but both are take place without completion of one or without completion of monolayer. In this type, in this type 4 adsorption isotherm, dear friends, if we'll see the type 2 adsorption isotherm, I would like to show you the type 2 and the type 3. See here type 2. Here there is a monolayer. Monolayer gets completed and then the multilayer gets started, and the rate of this adsorption goes on continuously increasing without saturation point. Here whenever this type 2, type 4 is compared with the type 4 is compared with the type 2, then you will come to know that in this type 4 adsorption isotherm, the adsorption behavior of special mesoporous material is observed, and it is just the extension of type 2 adsorption isotherm in which the second layer goes for saturation, because in the type 2 the rate of adsorption in multilayer adsorption goes on continuously increasing, but in this case the rate of adsorption in multilayer adsorption is in a saturated condition or shows the saturation point at very high pressure, and it generally occurs on porous material, and the examples are deposition of water vapor from humid air on hydrophilic zeolites, or the adsorption of benzene on the ferric oxide gel at 320 Kelvin. Here you can see, here I would like to discuss the graph or the adsorption isotherm for this type. Initially there is a monolayer. What happens here? Monolayer get completed and the process of multilayer gets started at this point, at a particular point, and this will be called as a transition point. But what happens here, dear friends, the rate of adsorption in multilayer adsorption goes on increasing continuously, and after certain increasing the pressure, after certain point the rate of adsorption becomes constant though there is an increase in pressure, and this point is called as the saturation point. This pressure is called as the saturation pressure. It is just similar to the type 2 adsorption isotherm. Difference only is that in this we have a saturation point in multilayer adsorption, and in the type 2 it was not having saturation point. Rate goes on increasing continuously with the increasing pressure in multilayer adsorption also, but in this case we have the saturation point here at highest pressure. This is the last type of adsorption isotherm, and then you will come to that in this type of the adsorption isotherm, or this type of the adsorption isotherm shows the elongated S-shaped curve. Here this is the elongated S-shaped curve, such type of the elongated shaped curve, or that we here suppose this is the graph, then the elongated S-shaped curve can be shown like this. Elongated A curve can be shown like so. This is this type of the curve, and whenever this is the x upon m versus p is plotted, then we are getting the elongated S-shaped curve, which is observed in the type 5 adsorption isotherm, and it is the extension of the type 3. Here you can see the type 3. I would like to, this is the it is the type 3 extension of rate. Initially there is increase, slightly increase, and then it will have sudden increase, sharp increase, and this is observed in this case. So this type 5 is simply the extension of type 3 adsorption isotherm with subsequent layers getting started, getting saturated, and the formation of multilayer relatively at low pressure, because till now we have discussed that we have seen that initially the process of multilayer adsorption get completed, and then the process of multilayer adsorption gets started. But in this part of the adsorption isotherm, right now from the start, there is a formation of multilayer. And the rate of multilayer goes on increasing, and definitely after more increasing the pressure, there is a slightly saturation point, and at high pressure the saturation point is observed, the saturation point is reached, and this is the purely for the multilayer adsorption with the saturation point at highest pressure, at high pressure. And the example is adsorption of water vapors on the charcoal at 373 Kelvin. So these are the 5 different types of the adsorption isotherm, definitely which can be distinguished from one another with the help of nature of graph or the nature of plot, which we call it as the adsorption isotherm. Whenever it is plotted for the amount of gas or the adsorbate adsorb on the surface of adsorbent at various pressure at constant temperature, then it is possible to see the relationship between these. So dear friends, in this part definitely we try to study the various types of adsorption isotherm, how can we distinguish the process of monolayer adsorption and the multilayer adsorption with the help of such type of the plots, such type of the graphs which are called as adsorption isotherm. And definitely whatever drawbacks of each adsorption isotherm that must have to overcome by means of another adsorption isotherm. So dear friends, in the next part we will discuss about the adsorption isotherm which can overcome the difficulties or the limitations of Friedrichs adsorption isotherm. Definitely that will be a graph that will also containing such type of the one of the plot or the graph that we call it as the adsorption isotherm, which is entitled as Langmuir adsorption isotherm. So dear friends, in the next part we will again resume here in the next part to discuss about the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. I hope you will not have any doubts, any problem in order to study the various types of adsorption isotherm. So in this we have discussed about the adsorption isotherm, types of adsorption isotherm, and in the next part we will discuss about the Langmuir adsorption isotherm. So thank you very much once again.